ಶ್ರೀಯುತ ಶ್ರೀ ಜಗನ್ನಾಥನ್ ವಿ ಅವರು ಬರಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಕೇಳ್ಕೊಳ್ತೀನಿ. ಹಿರಿಯ ನಿರ್ದೇಶಕರು ಮಾನವ ಸಂಪನ್ಮೂಲ ಬಯೋಕಾನ್ ಲಿಮಿಟೆಡ್. ಶ್ರೀಯುತ ಜಗನ್ನಾಥ್ ವಿ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಬರಲಿ ಜೋರಾದ ಚಪ್ಪಾಳೆ.
ಶ್ರೀಯುತ ಜಗನ್ನಾಥ್ ವಿ ಅವರು ಪ್ರಸ್ತುತ ಬಯೋಕಾನ್ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾನವ ಸಂಪನ್ಮೂಲ ಹಿರಿಯ ನಿರ್ದೇಶಕರಾಗಿ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡುತ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇವರು ತಮ್ಮನ್ನು ಡೈನಾಮಿಕ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಲೀಡರ್ ಆಗಿ ಗುರುತಿಸಿಕೊಳ್ಳಲು ಬಯಸುತ್ತಾರೆ. ಇವರು ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ, ಆಂಧ್ರ ಪ್ರದೇಶ್ ಮತ್ತು ತೆಲಂಗಾಣ ರಾಜ್ಯಗಳಲ್ಲಿ 2500ಕ್ಕೂ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಉದ್ಯೋಗಿಗಳ ನಿರ್ವಹಣೆಯ ಜವಾಬ್ದಾರಿಯನ್ನು ಹೊಂದಿರುತ್ತಾರೆ. ಶ್ರೀಯುತರು ತಮ್ಮ 22 ವರ್ಷಗಳ ಅನುಭವದಲ್ಲಿ 2 ಸಂಸ್ಥಾಪನಾ ಪ್ರಕ್ರಿಯೆಯಿಂದ ವಾಣಿಜ್ಯೀಕರಿಸುವವರೆಗೂ ಹಾಗೂ ಪರಿಣಾಮಕಾರಿ ಮಾನವ ಸಂಪನ್ಮೂಲ ಮತ್ತು ಔದ್ಯೋಗಿಕ ಸಂಬಂಧಗಳ ನಿರ್ವಹಣೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಪರಿಣಿತಿಯನ್ನು ಹೊಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಶ್ರೀಯುತರು ಒಬ್ಬ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಯು ತಮ್ಮ ವೃತ್ತಿಪರ ಪ್ರಭಾವ, ಸಂಯೋಜನೆ, ಕಲೆಗಾರಿಕೆ ಹಾಗೂ ವೃತ್ತಿನಿರತ ಜಾಲದ ಸಹಾಯದಿಂದ ಪರಿಣಾಮಕಾರಿಯಾದ ಉದ್ಯೋಗಿಗಳ ಕುರಿತು ಹಲವಾರು ತಂತ್ರಗಾರಿಕೆಗಳನ್ನು ಹಣೆಯಬಹುದು ಎಂಬುದನ್ನು ಗಾಢವಾಗಿ ನಂಬಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇವರು ಗ್ರೇಟ್ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜರ್ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್ ವತಿಯಿಂದ ಟಾಪ್ 70 ಯಂಗ್ HR ಲೀಡರ್ 2020 ಎಂಬ ಪ್ರಶಸ್ತಿಗೆ ಪಾತ್ರರಾಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಸರ್, ಐ ರಿಕ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ಯು ಟು ಟೇಕ್ ದಿ ಸ್ಟೇಜ್.
ನಿಮ್ಮ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. ಐ ಆಮ್ ಇನ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಗ್ಳೂರ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ 2002 onwards because when I came to Bangalore, Electronic City Road is a single mud road. You can imagine now the Electronic City by Chandapura Road, all this thing is single mud road. From that stage, I'm here in Bangalore, and in Apotex I joined as 6th employee. We built the organization to 3,500 employees and a fantastic team. We have given a lot of employment to local employees, and we built the fantastic organization. And now I've seen that other 2 colleagues covered about the different aspect of this attrition. What is basically attrition, why this is need to be focused now, and lot of people, especially the youngsters, those who are coming into HR, they are trying to think that it is a number game. Okay, attrition 22%, I need to reduce to another 5%, that's what is the number. It is not so. What we are trying to do is building the economy, building the organization, and it can make us competitive or it can make us to lose our business. And how do we focus? This is what I am going to cover. First, attrition is a refresher. Just we'll try to understand what is meaning of attrition and what is the traditional approach we do it and what kind of scenarios are happening. I'm going to categorize into macro level, organization level, even what are all the mistake HR people do. We ourselves create a lot of attrition inside the system, and by knowingly, unknowingly, and individual levels. And what are all the measures we do it? One is we try to retain the talent. Another one is sometimes we are not able to retain the talent. Still, how we can try to hold that competitiveness within the organization. These are all the aspects I'm going to cover. I'm trying to cover within 15 minutes. And see, retention is nothing but if I'm able to hold talent compared to my competitor for more than appropriate time, that means I'm holding the retention. First, we need to understand, I know to hold the talent for 20 years, 15 years, no, that's not a retention. Suppose I am launching one product which is going to be competitive, which is having its own life cycle. Within that life cycle, I'm holding that talent within my organization compared to my competitor. That means I'm holding the retaining that particular talent. We need to have that kind of logic first. That is what earlier colleagues they were talking about. It can be 3 years, 5 years, depend upon the macroeconomic scenario, competitiveness. We need to understand that. If trained employee join the organization, competitor is hiring our employee without their training cost. They are going to hire directly. If this person goes, and especially pharma industry, I have my R&D scientist who is working in the molecule which is going to come after 3 years or 5 years. If my competitor also working, if this guy goes and join there, they will be able to launch the product very fast. For example, in Apotex, we launched the product called Entecavir, which is immunosuppressant product, which is helpful in the organ transplantation. When somebody is going for organ transplantation, this molecule will be injected, and slowly that organ will be absorbed inside the body. That's what is the purpose of molecule. I hired the talent from competitiveness, then that helped us to launch the product. That is what is the second meaning of retention. Which is the talent you are going to lose? Are you going to be competitive? That's the second factor. Second thing is, talent of the organization is the competitiveness. Suppose you want to be competitive, you should know that what is a critical talent you have to hold. See, when we are talking about the critical talent, I'm not talking about the the designations, organization hierarchy and other things. It can be a simplest, during COVID time, we were trying to do debate. Which is a position is critical to be inside the organization? Is it a CEO or my operator who has to operate the equipment? We decided that CEO can work from home, operator have to come to office. That is what is the reality. The criticality is who is critical into the organization, what particular time, that is very important. And employee replacing cost is highly costly and all these things which you know. Another one is, most of the time, why do we stay? Generally people join because of the culture, branding, people leave because of the bad practices. Once I come inside the organization, I have some kind of expectation, and that expectation is not matching with the actual practice. That is where the conflicts start and the people start losing the, interest on the organization. It can talk about the supervisor, environment, compensation, affiliation, and meaningful work, and all other aspects other colleagues are explained. And people leaves because most of the time people leaves the wrong reasons. Please try to understand why I am saying that. We being HR people, we think that the people leaves because of the salary, because of the position, something like this. But most of the time they themselves, they don't know why they are leaving. For example, if suppose somebody is resigning and they think that I got a general manager position, that's not going to make him to stay comfortable in next year. Sometimes we need to understand, we are here to explain to him, make him to realize that what is the right choice for him to build his career. That is what is the HR role we are going to play vitally. Because if we make that position clear to him, we will be able to retain the talent for a long time purpose. One is because we ourselves should know that what is the pushing reasons, pulling reason. Most of the time I discuss with some of the colleagues, they have a simple thought process. If somebody is attracted because of the salary, because of the position, they want to go very close to their native place, and internal issues, supervisor issues, working environment, goes on like that. But if we typically see, we need to do a dissection. What is the reason behind, why it is started? Definitely attrition is not started just like that. It would have started 6 months back itself. It is also going in like a circle. It also is having its own process. I am being psychologist, I can very well understand, connect with that. And then lack of confidence of the top management. I was interacting with CHR of ITC. Then I was asking what is the fundamental things on the ITC, how you retain the talent. He made it very clear. ITC as the organization, we don't recruit any top talent, top executives from outside. We will recruit only in-house. But we always try to ensure that we venture into new business. As we grow our business, people will get opportunity. The message is very clear. They want to make success is the one which can retain the talent. We need to understand that when we want to retain talent, are we really as a business we are doing successful organization compared to my competitor? Why the people lose the confidence on the company or top management? That is a question we have to ask. And relations with peer, colleague, bosses, that all things, other aspects. And rewards, fairness, and personal job responsibility. Somebody is getting married and all other aspect is there. And sometimes the company is not having the right policies, and people looking forward some kind of more, responsibilities. See, the attrition cycle, it is like a process. First, the employee, what he is doing is, he need to have a two factor. One is the internal trigger push, external trigger pull. If you typically see somebody is getting scolded by boss, I know that even while they are talking to the reporting manager, he would have sent his resume to all the competitors by using Naukri, right? Per day limit is 50, right? Just to go and click, go to restroom, send all the resumes to everywhere. We don't know. There is some kind of internal trigger push is happening. Then subsequently, we like recruiters looking for such a kind of talent, I have a pull factor is already there. Demand and supply issue, my new projects and other aspects. If these two things are connected, then there is a chance that people will think about whether I need to continue or I have to go. That is the starting point. Then they will show that part of passive disengagement. He will be talking about, okay, whether I have to think of relocation, school, internal dialogue, and all things goes on. The next is introspection stage. This is what he is doing, the introspection, and active totally that he will get a disengagement. Then he will try to take a decision. After taking decision making, then he will try to go for a offer acceptance, then transition phase. After offer acceptance, then sometime we try to do our job better, we try to make him to understand, then he will go for withdrawal stage, or otherwise he will go out. If you typically see, this itself will take minimum 3 to 6 months of time. But how many HR people is really having a focus group discussion, understanding the employees, picking the cues early? That is what is going to create a competitiveness for our organization where we are working. That is what is most of the HR people, we need to work at least 3 months or 6 months in advance. There is a lot of time is already there. But most of the time we get into only exit interview. And people will come for the exit interview, then they try to understand the root cause analysis, present to board, and try to come up with some kind of presentation. That's not going to work. Another one is this is like a traditional approach. Most of the time, when passive disengagement happen, people can communicate and clarify, and active disengagement time, we can realign. Sometimes role description can be changed, sometimes new roles, new positions, lot of other stuff. Transition stage is, we have to involve the people. Sometimes if somebody is put a paper, immediately we try to show the disengagement by HR or the system. That's wrong. We need to engage till last day so that there is a chance that they can come back. Then withdrawal stage also we give counter offer and we try to make him to employee to accept. This is a general approach. I'm trying to give different perspective. You try to understand that industry evaluation. When the industry evaluation is happening, if you typically see that we have gone into the industry 4.0, when we are talking industry 4.0, we are talking about the cyber security system, it is IoT, cloud-based applications, it is all like, the smart factories. Smart factory, what I mean it is, I'm trying to give you perspective. In pharmaceutical industry, earlier, operator will operate in front of the reactors to continue the reactions. Now he no need to stand in front of the reactors. He can sit inside the room through data control system, through manufacturing execution system, he can control that entire reaction, he will execute. Now that is the next stage, he will have 2 or 3 blocks, he will be sitting in one block, which can be inside office, which can be work from home, he can control the entire factory setup. That is what is the stage we are in now. That being the scenario, we have to expect that what kind of talent, how we have to train them, how we have to bring that talent to organization, that challenge, that conflict we have to understand. If we are not able to do, as like our senior colleague has told that today morning, the retention starts from recruitment. That person should have that passion and that interest. Like recently I have seen one advertisement that somebody is looking for a 300, the different kind of pilots for running the different kind of the systems and other things which can deliver the packets. I was thinking that tomorrow that we are talking about the driverless the cars. That being the case, we needed to recruit either software to drive our car or we have to recruit a driver to operate our car. We don't know. We are having a lot of challenges in front of us. We should have a complete clarity on this and then only we will be able to achieve. If another one, this is I am talking about macro level. One, we have to understand that it is very clear that macro level complete scenario we should know. Second aspect is internal structure. Most of the time attrition starts because of our own poor policy and not understanding that we try to recruit one person who is not fitting in the role, try to get some exemption from top management, we recruit him, that would have triggered a lot of attrition aspect. I think you people know that we need to be very careful on each and every recruitment. One person can make a huge impact in the system to either to reduce attrition or increase the attrition. Another one is individual leaders. Somebody is not like only managerial person who has to handle people, only will be growing in the organization, individual leaders. In Apotex, we introduced even a single individual contributor, he can be a vice president, absolutely fine. He will work internal consultant only, he will act as internal consultant. That all the options we have to create, and this is very important system. We see all the policies and procedures and all the things should suit to the employee growth. If you see employee life history, he started as a student who is having the debt and he is getting marriage, then he is getting that the double income stage, and then he is getting middle age, then retirement. All our policies and process should be aligned with that. Then only he will have a long-term perspective. Most of the IT companies, they are not having a long-term perspective, only they are thinking about short-term. That's the reason why a lot of attrition happening, especially then they are talking about knowledge-based industries. Knowledge-based industries now, they have a very strong, robust systems so that the people skill can be substituted for one role to other role. I studied BSc chemistry. Because of my people skill, I am here. That means that skill is changed and applicable to different roles. That is a matured level is already achieved in service industry. Manufacturing industry, we have not achieved that. That's the reason why there is some delta. But manufacturing organization also going to face this scenario soon. Once we are having automation system, now I am not going to look for the qualification is the base for my education. If that guy is able to operate that software, the guy is able to operate my equipment, then he will be recruited. That is the scenario we are going to face now. And engagement by age, different people need different engagement things. Most of the time is running the communication or some kind of engagement is not going to work through, and we need to understand the different stroke for different people. And most of the time we run a lot of things, the competition, salary survey, blah blah, lot of stuff we do, but we don't know why we are doing it. What is my objective? If I have to do external parity, what is the impact I am going to bring it to organization? Internal, what is the impact I am going to bring organization? Why do I have to do? If suppose the same person is doing same role, I have given a higher salary, what impact is going to happen? As a HR person, we should know each and everything in depth, then only we can try to control attrition. And these are all things at a high level. When we are trying to do that, most of the time the people say that, no, I don't have a compensation. There also a lot of strategy we have to apply, whether match strategy, lead strategy, lag strategy. Based on that one, we can try to bring a competitiveness within the organization. Not only salary, it can be by benefit, it can be in different aspects. These are all the things, complete things. It's not only the 25% is the compensation. Remaining all other aspects, we need to come up with the policies, procedures. It is like a different levers. Based on the situation, I have to put a first gear, second gear, third gear, good skillful driver, how operate. Same way we can operate our organization and that's all. Another one is performance appraisal, and people should know that this scheme, what we are trying to operate will make a huge difference. I think the approach for me is here is the retention is very simple is alignment, involvement, engagement and converting into performance. That is what is the overall the framework. We need to align, complete the resources, and we have to involve the people, engage the people in performance. Here by retention tools, that counter offers and other things. Here is the new one which I am trying to bring it to you people, right? If suppose we know that the person will leave within 3 years, that's damn sure. I am not going to expect more than that. If that being the scenario, if that person comes to our organization, how I am going to convert his individual talent to my organization asset? That is where we all have to think. That's called talent multiplication. When they come here, how I am going to retain the talent when he leaves out? That is what is the competitiveness lies. I need to have a proper system to hold the talent within the organization so that I can be competitive forever. Rather than somebody comes and goes, he will come with the competitiveness, he will goes. These are all the aspects. Thank you very much.
So ಈ ಒಂದು ಮಧ್ಯಾಹ್ನದ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಕ್ಕೆ ಸಮ್ಮೇಳನಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗಮಿಸಿ ಅವರ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಉದ್ಯೋಗಗಳನ್ನು ಉಳಿಸಿಕೊಳ್ಳೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನೇನು ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಗಳನ್ನು ಹಮ್ಮಿಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಬಂದು ಹೇಳಿರೋ ಪರಿಣಿತರಿಗೆ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು. ವಿದ್ಯಾರಾಣಿಯವ್ರನ್ನ ರಿಕ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ, ಜಗನ್ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಮೊಮೆಂಟೋ ಕೊಡೋ ಮೂಲಕ. ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ಕಿರಣ್ ರವರು ಕೂಡ ನಾನು ವೇದಿಕೆಗೆ ಬರ್ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ಕೆಂಪೇಗೌಡ ಅವರು ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಕಾಣಿಕೆ ನೀಡುವುದರ ಮೂಲಕ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಬೀಳ್ಕೊಡಬೇಕಾಗಿ ಕೇಳ್ತೇನೆ.
ಎಲ್ಲಾದರೂ ಇರು ಎಂತಾದರೂ ಇರು ಎಂದೆಂದಿಗೂ ನೀ ಕನ್ನಡವಾಗಿರು. ಎಲ್ಲಾದರೂ ಇರು ಎಂತಾದರೂ ಇರು ಎಂದೆಂದಿಗೂ ನೀ ಕನ್ನಡವಾಗಿರು.